I'm recording. We are recording. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to screen share so you can see my beautiful slideshow. Put it all together just for you. I'm really excited about this. This is like my favorite topic. Okay, this is like my favorite thing to teach and discuss. So what I'm just going to ask you to do is, if you wouldn't mind just staying muted, and then put all of your questions, comments right in the chat, and I will be able to answer them. And then at the end, if you guys have any specific questions, I'd be more than happy to unmute you, no problem. So stay tuned, because at the end we have a really special surprise to every single one of you that are here live. And so that is my stipulation, is you've got to be here live to get my surprise. And it's a game changer. So if you know anybody who needs to be on here, go tag them and tell them, hey, get on, right? Because this is like really good stuff. So I want to tell you a little bit about me. A few of you might be new to me, some of you might not be, but let me just tell you a little bit about my story, and hopes that we can relate, and hopes that you can just understand where I'm coming from. So this is my before and after photo. It's actually more of like a before and like current. I've been a police officer since I've been 20 years old. I went and got a college degree to be a cop. I have an uncle who's a police chief, and I'm a second-degree black belt, and my instructor, he was a police officer. And I've been in the martial arts since I've been 5. And so both of these like men were very big role models in my life. That's, you know, I went and became a cop and all that. But while I was a police officer, yes, I met my fiance in the police academy, which is really exciting. What also happened is, unfortunately, I hurt myself. I hurt myself pretty bad, to the point where even today, it's been a year and a half to 2 years later, and like I've been down and out for the past 3 days. Can't exercise, can't really clean my house, can't really do too much. So it's not been fun. So what I had to do is, I was couch ridden. I've been pretty much couch ridden. I've gained 25 pounds. Not happy about that. Maybe you can relate to that. We call that the entrepreneurial 25, or the entrepreneurial 30. But I had to build a business from my couch. And not only did I do that because of my injury, what is interesting and that you might not know about me, and maybe you can relate, is that I was building a side hustle while I was a cop. I was building a Beachbody business. And so I was a Beachbody coach while I was a police officer, because as we all know, first responders do not get paid, and military do not get paid well, right? So I was doing that. So I got hurt, and I'm going to teach you tonight how to build your business without breaking the bank, okay? A lot of you have put in the comments, be super interactive with me. Don't go to sleep. I don't like that. It makes me feel very lonely. Don't go to sleep. Hang out with me. Let me know, are you guys, who here is actually like has a business up and going? And then who here is like, no, it's still an idea, but I really want to do it. So I can kind of gauge on where we're at. So put in the chat, let me know, okay? So we're going to go over how to build your business without breaking the bank, okay? Okay, so my goal for you tonight is to leave here knowing the staples that you need to know to run your business successfully from the start, why building a brand is vital to your success in business, and how to begin right away. So the number one worst thing ever, right, is to like get on a training and like be there for a while and have no freaking, like, can't go and apply it. Right? Doesn't that suck? Like we don't want that. So I'm going to teach you tonight how to go walk away and apply this. But at first, I really want to know where you guys are at. So let me see. Where are we at? So we have one person chatting to me. Can I see? I don't even know if this thing will let me see. Okay, so Malia says she's been up and running for 20 plus years. Now I wonder, can I see anybody else? Anybody else? I know Tammy. So Tammy's here. I know she's running a business. Gabby, I'm not sure where you are at. You have to let me know. Up and going. Apologize. I cannot stream a live face. I'm on. No problem. Okay. Everyone's telling me to coach, but have had biz digital media for 30 years. That's really nice. Okay, so who's mid-we? Am I pronouncing it? You have to tell me. Maybe that's coming out wrong, but you have to tell me who you are. Okay. So we have some people in here that have businesses. Lisa. Okay. Thank you, Lisa. I'm happy to know that that's you. And Gabby, maybe you can just chat in and tell me where you're at, or maybe you're just beginning. Okay. So let's get going on this. Okay, if you stay until the end, you are going to receive my step-by-step business plan for free. So you're going to receive the link. Although I'm going to rebrand that tonight, so you're going to get that. You're going to get the link tonight. Right now, it's different. It's just different. So after this, stay till the end, and then what you're going to do is you are going to private message me after this, and I'm just going to send you I'm just going to send it to you for free. This is something that only paid members get from me. This has gotten amazing testimonials, and which is kind of the reason why I was like, you know what, I'm going to give it to the girls, the women who are ready to go all in their business, because this step-by-step business plan, what I'm going to give you, I made on a night I was quite down and out because I had spent $50,000 inside of my business, and I was so frustrated because I was like, nobody is telling anybody what to do, like step by step. Like, I just need a freaking plan. Like, I just need step-by-step plan. Like, and every time I'd get on the phone with a coach, like, she'd tell me to do something different, or like tweak this and tweak that. And it wasn't ever like step by step. Like, I just needed step by step. Like, do this, okay, now what? Do this, okay, now what? And so I made it, and I'm going to give it to you. And so it's been helping a lot of women. It's been changing a lot of the way that they run their businesses. So I'm excited to give it to you. Okay, so what makes this training like different, right? As I'm not getting into fluffy bullshit, right? So here's a few things you have to know about me, okay? Is you've got to know that I run my business, I hang out with you guys the exact same way that I would hang out with you in person. That means you're going to hear my no bullshit attitude. You're going to hear my swearing. I am who I am. So when we get on the phone, I am no different than how you see me on video. And I think that this is extremely important, okay? I'm not going to be holding anything back from you. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. And the number one thing that makes this training different than like most, you know, like what I put out, like really different than like a lot of different coaches and a lot of different things that I know I personally have taken, is I've literally walked my talk, and I still am. Everything that I teach and everything that I'm going to show you and everything I talk about, I literally do myself. And it's not like, oh, I did it fucking 5 years ago, I did it a year ago, I did it 6 months ago. No, like, I'm doing it and it's working. And so you might as well like jump on the bandwagon with me, and we might as well do this together, right? Okay, so quick background. This is me and my fiance. We met in the police academy. This is like my favorite picture of us. I'm a second-degree black belt police officer. I was a police academy instructor, which was so cool, you guys. I got to teach like men cops how to fight, which was awesome, because they were like, oh my god, like, what's this chick gonna teach me? And I'd like whoop their ass, and they'd be like, oh shit, like, she actually knows what's up. That's probably my favorite part about being a cop. We have a canine. If you are not following me on Instagram, follow us on Instagram. It's called the Lady Sheepdog, and you'll see like my entire life behind the scenes. And now I am building an online business, and I'm known as the Lady Sheepdog. And so basically, here's why you need to know all that is I built my business from my couch, right? And like, let's just be real. Don't we kind of, if you are in this group, if you're hanging out with me now, then like you're busy. You either are a law enforcement officer, you were a law enforcement officer, you're with a first responder, you are either a sheepdog yourself, or you're in the sheepdog family, right? And so we know time is money, and we do not have tons of time. So learning to leverage your business and to build a business easily is key, okay? My first client, okay, so my clients have launched and sold out their programs, and moving towards, they've started from nothing. They went from, $1,000 months to $3,000 to $5,000 up to upwards of $15,000 a month, just from honestly simple strategies. There's nothing elaborate here. There's nothing like, I'm not going to tell you that you need to go and like build a website. In fact, I'm going to tell you the complete fucking opposite. Do not build a website. I spent $7,000 on my website and I do not use it. Do not make that mistake, okay? And I can teach you. I can tell you all about that. But don't do that. And I've also built a loyal brand that led me to making, 10K months with less than 500 followers in a closed Facebook group. I mean, that's pretty legit, okay? And it's not hard. It's not hard to make your business work once you learn what I'm going to teach you. Like once you learn how to relate with people, like once you learn how to build a brand, okay? So I've done a lot of things right. You're like, that picture? It's like me, like when I'm happy. She looks like she's got ketchup, but I was more visualizing like a jelly donut, like all over her face. But I've done a lot of things right. But I've also done a lot of things wrong, right? So here's the great thing is I've done a lot of things right, as in, you know what? I took a leap of faith and I did what everybody told me not to. I did what most of my family, friends, still to this day think I'm crazy. They have no idea what I'm doing. I have fought battles with my in-laws. I don't know if y'all can relate to this, but let me know. Please let me know I'm not the only one. I have fought battles with my in-laws, with my friends. They just don't know what I'm doing. And so what do? They judge me. They judge everything. And especially when I was a cop, right? So like when I was a cop, I was taking selfies and making videos in my cruiser on like some downtime, and everyone was like, "What are you doing? Like you're crazy." And I'm like, "No, I'm not crazy. I'm making money, man. Like I'm building a business. I'm building a brand. Like this is awesome." And like nobody understood that, right? So I've also invested, and I've also followed a lot of people who are not honest. And I kind of like I led with my heart, and I just thought nobody's gonna take all my money and like not treat me good, and nobody's gonna take all my money and like not give me what they told me they're gonna give me, right? Wrong. It's very, very wrong. I've learned that the hard way. So I've spent, like I told you, over $50,000 in the last 2 years building my business. You don't need to do that. Let me save you from doing that. But I don't regret it, because it was very important lessons that I can now share with you. And because I went through and I learned really, really hard lessons, I'm able to come here and be like, hey guys, okay, so let's skate through this, because I like to make things really fast. Do you guys like to make things fast? Do you guys like shortcuts? Does anybody here like shortcuts? Like give me an emoji or like an exclamation mark. Does like anybody here like shortcuts or like cheat sheets? Does anybody like that shit? Because I know I don't like going a long way around. I like my results fast. Like I do not like spending forever to learn things, which is why we hire coaches, right? So after doing this and building a business for almost 2 years, I've discovered that building a brand is essential, okay, to any business's success. And this is honestly the number one thing that I see what people mess up on. They don't build a brand. So if you're an MLM, or even if you're in a coaching or service-based industry and you're not building yourself a brand, you're failing. You're doing yourself a disservice, even if you're making a little bit of money. People have got to be able to relate to you on deep levels. Like let's go back and I'm going to take you back. And I really want you to understand this. And if you have a pen and a paper, write this down. And if you don't, just really hear my words. People don't buy, okay, because they need to buy. They're not going to buy your product because they need it, okay? It's not toilet paper. It's not freaking like food you can go to Walmart and buy, right? It's not water. They're not going to buy it. They're not, unless they emotionally connect with it. Does that make sense to you? And not only it's not really connecting with the product, it's really connecting with you, right? Because let's be honest, there's 1,000 different people, and there are like millions of people, and they're all selling the same shit. They just are. You bought from If you're selling an MLM, you signed up with your coach and you bought from that person for a reason. And I'm going to guarantee you had the know, like, and trust factor built in. For some reason, this person showed you that they could relate to you, right? And so you bought from them. I know for me, when I have bought from any of my coaches, that was the exact same reason. When I go buy a vehicle, okay, I'll give you an example, okay? My fiance and I recently purchased a boat, very expensive boat that he wanted, because on his day off we needed to go and be on the boat, so he wouldn't be thinking about like life, right? Maybe you guys can relate to that. So he needed to have this boat. Well, where we went to all these different places, very thorough in what we're looking for because it was a big purchase. And the reason why we bought from who we bought from was because he was a veteran. And that he hooked me. Like, he just completely hooked me. And I told Adam, I was like, no, we're buying from this guy. And I was like, really? And I'm like, yeah, and we're getting this boat and we're buying from him because we related to him. And like, when Adam like got to know him and like, you know, he had served and he was just so genuine, and he was like, he'd tell us about he was the best salesman ever, I promise you. He told us about his kids. I mean, we were with this guy for like an hour and I knew his whole life story. But learn from that. Because I got to know his life story and I got to see behind the scenes, and I got to see, he told me he was a veteran. Ooh, instant connection. He probably could, you know, you could pick Adam out. He knew Adam was something because they all look like cops, right? Or military. And so, you know, we just related, and guess what? He got a very big purchase. And so you want that. That's what you want. Okay. And like I said, I learned that it really doesn't need to break the bank for you to start your business. Now, here's the thing. It doesn't mean that you don't have to invest. Like, what you have to understand is, even though you're running a business from, you know, your phone, right? Or you're running a business from this laptop, that doesn't mean you don't have to invest. And do not get it twisted, okay? But it just doesn't mean you need to go and, you know, spend $10,000 on a website like I do. Like, if you're going to spend $10,000, like, I could tell you there are much better ways to put that money and what to put it into, okay? And not necessarily a damn website, depending on what it is that you're doing. So, right. So I discovered this the hard way, what we just talked about. But you get the cheat sheet tonight, okay? So you get the easy way, and I'm really excited about this for you. Okay, so here's the hard way. Maybe this is you. Let me know if this is you. To think that you have to be somebody that you're not and try to fit in and be perfect all the time. Now listen, consciously you're probably going, girl, please, I'm always myself. Like, I do not have to try to fit in, right? But I want you to go back like a little deeper, because that was me too, you guys. Like, I'm calling myself out big time. I did this. You know, I coached and I worked around all these coaches that were successful, and they would tell me, honestly, you want to know what they would tell me? You want me to level with you, like, straight up? They would tell me to stop being, you're not a cop anymore, Autumn. Being a police officer is, it's really controversial. So, you know, don't do that. Showing anything about like first responders, that's not who you are anymore. So like, put that away. And for a long time, I listened to it. I got told I was too strong. I was too masculine. I was too harsh, that I needed to like really lighten up. But the problem is that that's who I am. Can you guys relate to this? Can anybody relate to this? Like, I'm who I am. And you know, so it really, we have a girl who's trying to come on. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to ignore you. You know, and so I tried to fit in. I tried to do what everybody else was doing. I tried those marketing techniques. I paid a lot of money to learn those marketing techniques that you could probably go learn on Google. Like, seriously, don't do that shit. Don't do what I did. You know, like I told you, I spent thousands of dollars. When my first coach I ever invested in, I was still a police officer and I was still an MLM, and I spent $2,500 in a 3-month coaching package. And listen, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with spending that amount of money if you get a result, but I did not get a result. I got all cookie cutter stuff, okay? All cookie cutter stuff. And it just wasn't, It was very disappointing. And that's not what this is tonight, okay? And I don't want you to blend in. If you are having a hard time making money, there's a reason. You're either way over here, I'm going to use my marker if you can see me. You're either way over here, okay, and you're just like so out of the box that nobody can relate to you. You're like even worse than like Marilyn Manson, if you guys like remember him, like he's like crazy. You're like and like nobody can relate to you, and you're not telling stories, and you're not vulnerable, and you're not like showing people your emotions, and you're not connecting with people like on an emotional level. If that is you, and you're not making money, or if you're way on the other end of the spectrum and you're completely blending in, you're just saying regurgitated bullshit, shit that you learned from, you got on a webinar and or you read a book and you're like, okay, now I'm a pro. You're blending in. Okay, if you're trying to fit in, if you're trying to be too perfect, if you're trying to be wicked posh, if you're trying to not swear because you are a swearer like me, you swear like a pirate, but you're trying not to because somebody told you shouldn't. Well, don't do that, because people are going to be able to see right through that. If you are trying to be like fit in, like, I don't know, what's the big thing right now? Oh, like to have fancy cars and to have granite countertops and tile floors. And if you don't have that, that doesn't mean you can't take a damn picture of you in your freaking kitchen. It doesn't mean you can't do your live streams in your kitchen. Like, don't feel bad about that. Like, showcase that shit and be like, I'm here. Like, I'm this is me, right? So very, very important, you guys. Do not skip over this. Like, don't try to do it this way. All right. Okay, so you want the easy way? Is everybody ready for the easy way? The easy way? Easy way? Okay, I'm really excited for this. And I really want you to talk to me about this too. So in the past year, I've changed my niche 5 times, okay? 5 times. And I still grew my tribe and made money in my business from my couch, because I can't do anything because I hurt my damn back, all right? And I want you to know, I didn't do what everybody told me to do. I did for a little bit, but then I would stop. And I did stop, okay? What got me here and what got me to really like growing fast and speaking only to my people, let me tell you something. I did not do what everyone told me to do. I did not try to fit in, okay? I did not ever follow any freaking rules of marketing. I did in the beginning, but I don't so much anymore. I mean, there are some things that I'm going to teach you a little bit of some stuff, baselines and stuff, but honestly, there's no rules. And the people that like tell you that are rules are lying, and it's BS, okay? And here's the one thing about me. I never, ever, 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 ever blend in, okay? Keep that in the back of your mind. If you are blending in, if you are making a post and you go, man, this post looks a lot like so-and-so's and Sally's and Victoria's and da-da-da-da, right? Oh, this post looks like everybody else. It's going to be great. No, right? Like, we don't want that. I mean, there's a time and a place for that stuff, like on Instagram, and we can talk about that. Like, sometimes you've got to make a meme that like really like Instagram really likes. Like, I understand that. But when you're building your brand and you are trying to attract new tribe members, don't ever blend in. When you're doing your videos, when you're making your pictures, don't blend in. If you say they're the same regurgitated bullshit, I'm gonna keep strolling. Straight up. Okay? I have to give you the disclaimer that like results are not typical, and I'm going to tell you why they're not typical. Because they're not typical for people who just sit on the couch and don't put in the work. Now, let me tell you something. I built my business from my couch right freaking behind me. But here's what I'm going to tell you something. I showed up every single day. Like today, I just want you guys to know, my back has been out for the past 3 days. I have been in excruciating pain. My sciatic nerve has been pinching. It's radiating pain down my leg. I don't tell you this because I'm whining. I'm telling you this because I fucking made a webinar tonight. Not only did I do this, I took clients, I've posted on Instagram, I've done all this stuff today, right? I'm still working. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean I wanted to, like I'm hurting, like I just wanted to like relax. But when you're building a business, You've got to show up and you've got to do the work. You have got to do the work. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you tonight, you are going to get a step-by-step plan, and it will work, but you've got to execute. You cannot just half-ass it and then call me and be like, Autumn, like this didn't work, okay? Because if you execute, it will work, okay? You've got to show up every day, and you've got to be consistent, and we're going to talk more about this. Okay, so here are your 3 secrets to building a business without breaking the bank. First one is you need to build a brand around you, okay? Does anybody know what this means? Let me know. Does anybody know what building a brand around you means? The second secret is pick 2 or 3 places to show up constantly and make it your mission to be fucking known there. So many times we spread ourselves out too thin. We're kind of like, you know, like when, okay, so you know when you're like making pancakes, is anybody in here like an avid pancake maker? Because I really love thick pancakes, right? Those are my favorite. But you know, like when you pour in the batter and it's too thin, and what does it do? It comes out shitty, right? It comes out shitty, and then you end up like having to like slash it in half, and like it ends up being like this small little chunk of this pancake, and it's over there. And meanwhile, over here, where you kept it thick and you didn't keep it thin, it comes as like a really nice pancake, okay? Because we're not over here trying to make crepes, we're trying to make freaking pancakes, you know what I'm saying? Well, it's the same thing in your business. It's the same thing in your marketing, okay? If you spread yourself out too thin, you are going to put this little piece of shit, okay, content, i.e. the little like thin crepe-like pancake that we're not going for. We want really thick, juicy ones, right? Like thick, fluffy ones, not juicy. But that's what we want, right? So when we're on Facebook and we're in the groups, and you know, we're in the Facebook groups, and we are you know, we're on Facebook, and we're on the pages, and then we're on Instagram, then we're on freaking Pinterest, and we're tweeting, and we're on Snapchat, and we're on YouTube, and we're blogging, right? That's like, is anybody like doing that? If you are doing all of that, I give you permission right now to stop, okay? Be a thick pancake and not a thin one, right? Like, don't do that, okay? We're gonna talk about that tonight. And I want you, this is unique, and I want you to be thinking about this, especially if you're an MLM or anything that you do. I want you to replace promote with the word showcase, okay? So I want you to replace the word promote with the word showcase. I want you to showcase everything that you do, and I promise you all your content creation is going to become easy, natural, and you are no longer going to be stuck, okay? Do we have any questions thus far? Does anybody have anything to share? I can't tell, like I don't know, like, this thing's not lighting up, so I'm going to assume that everybody is quiet. Is everybody being pretty quiet up in here? I like minimize that so I like couldn't see my face, so that was good. Is anybody here? Is anybody with me? Let me know. You guys are being awful quiet. Okay. So secret number 1, right? Okay. So we need to build a brand around you, your life, and your message. Okay. So in other words, I want you to personalize your brand. So I'm going to tell you guys a story, okay? Does anybody in here like fast food? Does anybody like fast food? Like, I really like fast food, right? But when we think about fast food, what I want you to think about is I want you to think about their branding. And I want you to think about Quiznos versus Subway right now, okay? And why do we... I can't. Lisa just messaged me. I cannot see anybody's comments. Oh, this is making me mad, you guys. Okay, well, I'm going to see your comments in a few minutes. Okay, so I'm glad that you guys are commenting and you're not sleeping. Yay! You guys all get a prize just for that, just for not sleeping. I really appreciate it. Thanks for messaging me, Lisa. I really appreciate that too. Okay, so here we are, and we're thinking about Quiznos, and we're thinking about Subway. Now, what I love about what Subway's branding did, doesn't mean we love the food, because I think Quiznos foods are better. It's like toasty, and it's like, it just seems like really good. And Subway just isn't, okay? Yeah, and I'll get there. Thank you, Lisa. So Subway's food isn't that great, but guess what they did? Guess what they did with their branding? They made it personal, right? Because they gave you a guy who would be just like you, and his name is Jared. And not only did they make it personal, they actually be a fluffy pancake. Okay. And what they actually did is they took Jared, this guy, and they made it personal. He's on a weight loss journey, you guys. He is showing us with everything that they do. They are showing us every step, all the meals that he eats. They're showing us his pants. You know, this is like before he turned into a pedophile. Okay, so just brace yourself here. But I'm just saying, before those days when he was actually like really good on the brand, that was a really, really freaking good personalized brand, right? Because even when you think about Quiznos and like, what do you see? Like a fucking piece of toast or something? Like, I don't even know what their brand is, but like, it's not personalized, right? When I think about Under Armour, and Under Armour, if you are a first responder wife, if you're a sheepdog or a sheepdog wife, then Under Armour is a big name in your house, right? So I know that's all mine will wear. And you know why? I'm going to tell you why. That's because Under Armour kills it in their branding with lifestyle. So it's all lifestyle, right? So you see somebody out there and they're running, and like they look great, and like it's all the lifestyle. It's not like, hey, come buy my shirt, it'll fit you. Come buy my shirt, it has this great quote on it. You know, they're running, or they're, you know, doing a sport, they're doing CrossFit. They put all the Under Armour branding in baseball and at the Olympics and all this shit because it's showing you, it's like giving you this like, oh yeah, like I could do that. I could see myself doing that, right? And I want you to go and I want you to think about who you buy from. If you've ever bought anything online, has anybody here ever bought anything online? If you did, let me know. And go back and think about who you bought from. Because I'm going to tell you, the coaches and the products that I've bought from, like I just got done telling you about my boat story, I bought from somebody who I can relate to. Like, I'm going to tell you guys something, and put this in the back of your head. If I know a cop is selling something, I will buy that. I don't even give a shit if I need that thing. If I just want that fucking thing, if a cop's buying it or a civilian, I'm buying from the cop, hands down. If it's a military person or a civilian, I'm buying from the military guy, hands down. I just, there's this automatic level of trust. But here's where most people kind of fail, is they forget to put that in their branding. They forget to put that in their advertising and their marketing. And I know that's not all who you are. And you know, Alicia made a comment earlier, you know, like a lot of military wives, like that's all they are. And I'm not saying for you guys to be like, that's all you are. But what I am trying to say is just be relatable to people, and however you want to relate to whoever you want to relate to, showcase that, right? I'm going to talk about showcasing in a few minutes, but really showcase that and relate to them, okay? This, I'm going to tell you something, and I'm not going to stop like harping on it. This has been the one reason why I've been able to change my niches 5 times. This is why I can have a Facebook group of less than 500. I mean, listen, you guys, my first business, okay, so the first time I started in coaching, I had a Facebook group of less than 100 people, and I made over $2,000 that month, and the next month I made over $2,500, and like, there's nothing wrong with that. You don't need to be making 10K months when you first start out. I don't care, okay? You can get there, and we can get you there. That's no problem. But that was a damn good month from working from my couch. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dang, this is awesome. And I didn't have a big following. I didn't have a big following at all. And you don't need this huge following. You know what you need? You need people who are your people, not fake people. You know, I had a Facebook group, maybe some of you were in there and you can remember, I had a Facebook group of over 15, I don't know, what was I up to? I don't even know, 1,500 people maybe or something. But I felt like I was in there and I was like screaming and I was going, hello, and it was going, echo, echo, echo. because I wasn't talking to my people. I just couldn't be me. I had put too many people in there that just weren't me. And so like I felt like I couldn't talk to me. Like I felt like I couldn't talk to them. It was like craziness. And so you know, I shut it all down. And so that's what I'm saying for you to do is if you're not talking to your people, if you're not putting your branding into what you do right now, shut it the fuck down, okay? Secret number 2, pick 2 to 3 places to show up consistently and make it your fucking mission to be known there, right? So I told you guys, be the fluffy pancake, okay? And I mean that. Be the fluffy pancake, right? Okay, so let's talk about this. Where do you guys spend most of your time? Let's take an inventory, okay? Where do you spend most of your time? Because let me tell you about me. I spent for the past year most of my time on Instagram. I love Instagram, but I didn't, up until very recently, I took it seriously. Like within the last 30 days, I took Instagram seriously. Before then, I didn't even know what the hell was going on. I just thought this was like the greatest platform ever, but I never wanted to do business on it. Don't ask me why. But guess what? So now I do Facebook, obviously, and you should do Facebook, and I'm going to tell you why, because you should do Facebook ads. You should be getting shit set up to run Facebook ads when you have some money to invest. We can talk about that later. But so Facebook's good, right? But I love Instagram. And you want to know why I love Instagram? I love the targeting. The targeting is unfucking believable. You can target so easy through hashtags. I love that even though while I'm working, I'm like looking at like all this amazing food and I'm like looking at like amazing cop profiles and like military like profiles, and I get to really focus on who I want to see, which is amazing, right? Like we all want that. And I also love it because it's integrated my Snapchat. So I'm a huge Snapchat girl. Like Snapchat, like if you want to see like my life, come and see me on Instagram now and Snapchat, because that is where you will see it all. Behind the scenes craziness, like shit that nobody else will see. But what I love about Instagram is they integrated that the Snapchat. So now like I can go live and I can do my stories and like I can do all sorts of shit on Instagram. But because I love it, I'm not telling you to go on Instagram, but I'm just saying because I love it so much and I'm already there all the time, it just makes sense. Now, if you're a Pinterest girl and you love to blog and you have like, I've got a friend, okay, I'm not going to tell you her name, but because she's around and she's in our group, but she has more content, I swear to God, than a library. This woman, she wrote a book in like a day, like just, like, I mean like a book, not an ebook, like a freaking book. She's got so much content, and my goal for her is to be freaking showcasing that shit on Pinterest. That girl, because it's what she loves. She's an author, okay? She loves that stuff. She is a blogger through and through, and in my opinion. Now, you talk to her, she'll probably tell you, hell no, you're crazy, but she's good at it. So whatever you're good at and wherever you hang out, go be there. I see so many of you forcing yourselves to be in Facebook groups. Fuck Facebook groups. You want to know what? I'm out of all of them except mine and my clients. I'm in my clients group. I don't care. And that's, you want to know a secret? I grew my entire business in Facebook groups. I never one time paid an ad. So I grew the entire thing organically, which has been really wonderful. But now I'm ready to do things differently. But if you are just getting going in groups, I can help you with that and do what I'm telling you to do, because this is how I learned to grow my business, right? Don't be the thin crepe that nobody wants. Be the thick, fluffy. Everybody be fluffy. Be a fluffy pancake, okay? It's very important that you are where you love to be, because when you love it, you're like, shit, yeah, like me, I'm like, woo, what other freaking police profiles can I go get featured on Instagram? Like, I grew so fast. In 30 days, I'm almost up to 1,000 followers. I have been like chilling at 600 for the longest time because it was like my personal profile. Like, I didn't give a shit. I'm up to almost 1,000 followers within 30 days. And it's targeted followers. I've targeted followers. And so I love it. And so wherever you need to be, get there and love it. Okay? Write that down. And secret number 3. So Tammy asked a question, and I'm going to answer it to you. So we're going to replace promote with sell. Promote or sell with showcase. Sorry, I said that wrong. So replace the words, I'm going to go promote myself, I'm going to go sell some shit today, with showcase, and your content creation will be changed forever. And what do I mean by that? This is what I mean by that, okay? We're going to showcase some shit. What's that mean? Show me your life. Show me who you are. Show me why I need to buy. You guys, Shakeology is the best thing in the whole world. Oh my God, see the Shakeology, but you don't even know what Shakeology looks like, right? But I'm going to show you in every fucking picture that I take, selfie with Shakeology, yeah, right? Like you're a product. Nobody gives a fuck. We all know what Shakeology looks like. I don't care what your water bottle looks like, right? What I want to know, I want to relate to you. I want you to tell me your story. Why? And I'm going to yell at you, but I'm yelling at you. Why are you selling what you're selling? Like, showcase your life to me. You know why I'm here, right? Like, take a look at me. I keep telling you my story because that's how we're going to relate, right? I need you to know that I have a back injury, because guess what? There's a few of you in here that are freaking injured. And like, you don't, like, I was having this conversation with Adam like a couple of months ago. I was like, Adam, like, even if I wanted to go get a job someplace, what the fuck am I going to go do? I can't sit for very long. I can't stand for very long. I have to lay down. I don't have a choice. And some of you are in that boat. Some of you are in the boat of, you've got a freaking psycho for a fiance like me who works, he's not a psycho, I'm just teasing, but he kind of is. He is a workaholic. He works 24/7. He's on call 24/7. The only time he is not on call is when we are out of state, seriously. So, you know, having children with this wasn't going to happen when I was a cop. Maybe you can relate to that. Maybe you work a full-time gig and you're like, shit, like I need to start making some money. Like we all know first responders, sheepdogs, military, you know, we know we're not making tons of money. You don't go into this job and this career to be rich, right? Like that's not what we do. So us as the wives and the spouses and people who are forward thinkers, right? It's always one step ahead. We got to change the game a little bit. We've got to be thinking a little bit further ahead than them. Okay. And so I tell you my story because maybe you can relate to that. And so when I'm not going to sit here and tell you why you should work with me, I'm not going to tell you all the time why you should work with me. I'll throw some testimonials in, and I'll let you know the results that I've gotten from my clients sometimes. I'm not going to tell you that all the time. I'm going to show you is my life. I'm going to show you what it has gotten me, okay? It has gotten me freedom. I'm going to tell you this story real quickly. I'm going to tell you because I want, if any of you have like any crazy mother-in-laws, monster-in-laws, or family members, friends, your own mom, pay attention to this. So my first ever goal, right? My first ever goal when I started my business, I was 4 months into it. And I had a goal, I wanted to make a 10K month. I'm like 10, and so I wrote it. Like I'm very, when I have a goal, everybody needs to know. I don't give a fuck who it is, right? And so I have my whiteboard and it's plastered on my refrigerator. So every friend and every family member that walked into our house, they knew 10K months were my new normal. And that's exactly what I wrote on that. And I'll never forget the day my mother-in-law, she came and she looked at that and she goes, ha! When we all like to make 10K months, Autumn, that's even more than I make. And I was like, really? The next month I made $10,000 a month. It gave me that fuel because I'm not going to put up with that shit, right? But if I was still a cop, I wouldn't have made a 10K month, right? You know, and so I tell you that story because if you're like me and you've been told that you can't multiple times, y'all guys that I used to work with, they made fun of me. They still make fun of me. They don't, because they don't have a clue. Like, and I'm not out there like showcasing my income every month. But like they make fun of me so bad. But I'm gonna tell you something. You start an online business now and you're ahead of the game. Everything is going to online. There's my little rant. Everything's going to online. Hello, Amazon just bought Whole Foods. Like it's getting bad. Stores are shutting down everywhere because everything's going online. And if you don't have an online business, if you're not building an online brand right now, you're wrong. So there's my rant. Okay, rant done. Okay, so are you understanding how to showcase yourself? So when we showcase ourselves, we're showing what we're doing. We're showing the behind the scenes. Instead of telling, you know, okay, how about this? Just to even make it even more descriptive. Instead of telling people like, okay, here's my step-by-step, da-da-da-da, whatever, take them through. Get on video. Fucking show them. Take pictures of your step-by-step, whatever it is. Show them. Show them the result. Show them. Take them on the journey with you. Showcase your life. What, you know, you got to figure it out what it is that you want to showcase. Like, you don't need to be all over the place, but you do need to figure out, like, I always figure it out by my 3 top things that I'm going to be showing. I'm sorry, I'm burping. I always figure out about my 3 top things that I'm going to be showcasing, right? Like, I'm a prior Leo, I am canine mom, and I'm a trooper fiance. I put those all in like one tier, okay? The next thing is that I swear, I don't give a fuck, and I'm not gonna stop no matter what anybody tells me. I'm independent, I'm crazy, I'm a badass, right? And I kind of put that all in one tier. and then I put on the other tiers that I've built a business from my couch because I have a back injury. And I showcase that, and I show you guys that, right? I show up every day, every time I'm doing something, there's a swear and something, okay? Because that's who I am. And if, you know, my people get me. My people swear right along with me, or they just don't give a shit because they get it, right? Other people, they move along. They don't want to talk to me. That's no problem. Don't get offended by people who aren't your people. But I'm going to tell you a little bit of something. When you showcase who you are, your people are going to fucking love you. And then you're going to have people who hate you. And you can't be afraid of that. I've got a lot of haters because I posted a picture that told of me in my police uniform, and I said, my life matters. And I said, all life matters, not just one group. I got the most hate mail ever because all of a sudden I was racist, even though I absolutely positively was not, right? But I showcased who I was in that picture. Does that make sense to you, Tammy? I really hope that I'm answering this for you. Like, you know, just showcase your life. And the more that you showcase your life, you don't got to go create. Okay, I'm going to create this thing today. No, fuck that. What you need to do is you need to show us what you're doing. Like, what are you doing? I want to know. Because if I'm going to take out money and hand it to you, I've got to trust you. I need to know that you're the real deal, right? And if you're going to take money out and hand it to me, you've got to know, right? And that's very important, that who you are in your pictures and who you are on video are the exact same person that when I call you on the phone and we're having a session and you're my coach, you better be that same person. Too many people are not, and people are running into problems, okay? Big time problems. Fraud, fucking, they're fakes. We don't need that, okay? Does anybody have any questions about that? I'm going to stop the share for just a moment. Oh, we're here. Hey, I got it. I'm going to go back to the share, but I want to see if I can. Okay. You lost me? Are you guys still here? Can you guys still hear me? You're here. Okay. Okay. I just want to see if that chat will work. Okay, right here. Let's see. Facebook and Instagram. Yes, branding you. Damn, I need to share my different lifestyle more in business somehow. I buy like that too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you do. And Tammy, for you specifically, you are a gypsy, and I just want you to showcase that because, like, that's awesome. Like, talk about your family and your gram and like the stories and stuff like that. Like, talk about that. I love that stuff about you, but don't try. Tammy, I don't want to. Thank you. Okay, I'm doing as many as I can without hurting myself because any platform could go tits up tomorrow. Yes. Yeah, any platform can go tits up tomorrow. I mean, yes, I mean, hypothetically, so here's what you do. I'm going to tell you, you guys want to know a trick, Malia? I'm going to tell you a secret, okay? The secret, all right, is to build an email list. That's the secret because email's not going anywhere, right? And when you build a massive following, yep, feed the funnel, exactly. And when you build a massive following, they're going to follow you anywhere. They really will. I just want to see shortcuts. Love them. Happy you said that about website. Yes, don't fucking waste your money, please. Repeat that. How much? From Instagram and a Facebook group. Standing ovation. Thanks, Malia. Sorry, I just found out what the chat was. I have 2 business ideas and I'm in the beginning phase. Okay, Gabby, that's good. I'm really happy to hear that. Everyone's telling me to coach. Okay. All right. You need an email list. Okay. Yes. Yeah, and that's easy, Tammy. You get MailChimp, it's free. Everybody should start out MailChimp in my opinion because it's free. And you just Google that shit. You YouTube it. Step by step, YouTube that stuff, okay? All right. So everybody understands that, right? Which is really important. So I'm going to just kind of recap for you in a minute once I get my shit together here. Okay. So I want to kind of just showcase some of the shit that I've been able to lead women to do while utilizing these very simple steps. Okay. I have client Sabrina, who is also, she is a sheepdog wife. She sold out her very first program and cultivated a brand around her family and children to relate to other mothers. So what she ended up doing, she ended up being a coach for moms. And what was really cool is she got to showcase her life. Like the whole time, she didn't really have to go create a bunch of content. She was just taking pictures of her freaking family and being like, hey, fucking, he's being a little asshole and I'm going to tell you what I did. Literally, that's like what she would do. Or, we're having problems in school, or my kids, the teacher doesn't understand how my child needs to learn. So here's what I did. Like just stuff like that. And all the moms were like, I mean, she grew her Facebook group. She like launched a product and sold it out within like a couple of weeks. It very easy. Okay. I had a client, Danielle, who launched her very own Facebook group. This girl had nothing. When I met her, nothing, zero. Okay. And she wasn't a long-term client, but what we did do in just a couple of weeks is we figured out her brand. We figured out how she was going to showcase herself and what she was doing. And she grew her Facebook group from 0 to 60 members, literally in just a couple of weeks. And not only that, they were engaged and she was putting out offers and she was getting people to bite. Like it was amazing. Right. I had another client, Kelly, who she runs like this digital, like she does like the back end stuff. And she wasn't understanding. She's like, geez, like I'm not sure why I'm not consistently getting people. And I'm like, well, that's because there's no base to the business. Like you haven't given it a character. You haven't given it a brand. And as soon as she started doing that, she started showing up and being like, hey guys, here's how I create a website from scratch. And here's how I build this. And here's how I do like a branding board. She's big with colors and stuff. And as soon as she started showing up and people could see who like the girl behind the scenes were, sold out. She made $2,000 after one call with me. Seriously. Simple. Okay. Lisa, I would talk with her after one phone call, and she made over 5K just by these simple strategies. So they work. That's what I'm just trying to tell you. And I have a client, Samantha, who has literally scaled her business. She makes consistent 5K months every single month, but we are scaling it up, and she's onwards to making $15,000 a month, which we are very excited about. She's also a military wife. But just all I'm trying to showcase to you guys is that it's just simple. It's simple shit. The more complicated you get, the more stressed out you're going to be. You're going to spend a lot of money. You're going to be stressed out because I'm going to tell you guys a little secret about business and money. When you spend a lot of money that you don't have, you become very, very, very fucking stressed out, right? Like, can we agree with that? Like, I'm going to tell you guys something. So I think if you've heard the story, then I apologize. But so I went through something quite traumatic with one of my first coaches, and it broke my heart. And she kind of went through like this like midlife crisis, I would say, while we were coaching. And so while she was a phenomenal coach, she like stopped short a month in our coaching for what I paid for, and like just kind of put me through some stuff. And it really broke my heart. And I loved her. And so I was like desperate. You guys ever get like that? You guys ever get like, I just need to make money. Like I just need to get this business to work. And like you're trying to climb the ladder and you're like exhausted, right? You're like on your last one. You're like, I've tried everything. Like that's how I felt. And so I like reached out to this coach who's very strong, powerful woman, and I respect her a lot. And I remember going to her crying on my kitchen floor, crying. Okay. And then after that, I made a Facebook Live of me crying on my kitchen floor. So that's talk about showcasing, right? I wasn't teaching anybody anything that other than you could be fucking vulnerable. And I was. So I was crying on my kitchen floor, and I'm messaging back with her, and I was vulnerable and I was emotional, and I spent $10,000 in cash to work with this woman for 3 months. I'm not saying she wasn't worth it. I'm saying at that point in time in my business, I just didn't need to do that. And so you don't need to spend that amount of money in order to make that amount of money. And the reason I'm telling you that is because after I spent that, like $10,000, it's a big chunk for us. Like, I'm going to be real. Like, I'm not rich. We're not rich. We don't come from money. Neither one of us do. And we're both freaking cops, right? Like, we don't come from a lot of money. So to take out $10,000, okay? First of all, the fact that I even had that saved up, I was like, bravo, because we had just bought a house and we put a big down payment. So the fact that like I had that, I was like really proud of myself. I built that and saved that inside of my business. But then I gave it to her. And so here's the problem. Everything that I did, I was like, I gotta make money. I gotta make money. I'm so stressed out. Oh my God, I've gotta post. I've gotta sell. I've gotta promote. Like, that was all that was in my head. And do you know what ended up happening to me, you guys? I ended up having a fucking breakdown, like a total breakdown. And for like 3 months, I stayed the fuck off social media completely. And I don't want you to do that, because then you don't make any money. And then you have to start from like square one. And I've done that. I've started from square one several times. And every single time I've been able to cultivate a wonderful tribe and been able to make money because I'm just real. I'm just real. I'm just who I am. Okay? And that's it. And that's really where I want you to be. Nothing classy. Nothing. Like, I'm not saying not classy. You can be classy and a bit badassy, but don't try to be anybody that you're not. Okay? Okay. Who has questions? Because now I'm in the chat. Okay. MailChimp is already like, I need email list, and MailChimp is already linked to your Facebook. You can add to your group. Yeah. Okay. Who has questions? Questions. Let me hear your questions. Does anybody have any questions? Get them going. So I can talk to you. I want to show you a little bit of, I want to show you about this, what I have for you tonight, and the PDF and stuff. So I want my mojo back bit by bit. Malia, you know what I would do if I were you? Depending on what it is you want to do. If you want to coach, if you want to build a business from square one. So here's what I would do is I would blog. If you're a good writer and can type right now, I would blog, and I would start a blog. And then I would also start like whatever you can like showcase and whatever you can document. Okay. Showcase is kind of like a different word in my opinion for document. Document like what it is that you're going through, the mind fuck, how you're building a business and all that shit that you're going through, maybe the confidence, anything like that. Showcase all of that, okay? And so that so people will understand you, and that you don't, and then you're building a tribe as you're down and out, okay? And here's what I want everybody to know. Here's what I need every single one of you to know. You do not go out and think you need to learn some skill. Do not think you need to go be and change and be anybody other than who you are right now, okay? Because you don't. You do not need to be anybody other than who you are like right now, okay? So you have everything that it is that you need. You have the education, you have the knowledge, okay? So if you are like, Autumn, you know, like I'm not that good in business, or I don't feel good enough. I want you to know that's very, very common. Like, we all not feel good enough. But here's what I want you to know. And I know you've heard this probably before, and if you haven't, good. But I'm going to tell you this, and I really, 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 really mean it with my entire heart. And sometimes you're the better teacher in this case, okay? Is you just need to be 1 or 2 steps ahead of everybody else. That's it. That is absolutely it. Like, you know, I'm not a millionaire. I'll be honest with you guys. But that doesn't mean that I can't teach you how to build a business and get clients and build a brand. That doesn't mean I can't teach you that. And in fact, sometimes, and I have found this a lot, like, because I've worked with a millionaire coach, and then I've worked with like coaches who are not millionaires, and I have found the people who are not 10 steps ahead of me relate really, really good with me when they're only 1 to 2 steps ahead of me. They help me the most. The most help I ever got out of a coach, she was literally just 1 to 2 steps ahead of me. That's it. And she helped me the most. Okay. And then I go and I work with a millionaire, and she's just so fucking far ahead of me that I'm like, I have no idea what you're even saying and what you want me to do. And it's going to take me years, and I don't have the fucking money to pay you. You know what I'm saying? Do you understand that, you guys? So just understand, you know, if you guys are nervous at all about what it is that you're doing or putting yourself out there and being who you are, the best advice I could give you, and this is why I created our Facebook group, right, is that I want you to be real. Like, I want you to be who you are, like straight up, just it. And don't go chasing, you know, if somebody who you see like is making a lot of like being successful and like making money, like that doesn't mean you get to go and be like them. No, because it's not going to work for you. I promise. I've tried it. I've been there. I've done it. It doesn't work. What works is when you're you. Okay? Don't go chasing waterfalls. Yes, Alicia, you can sing that to me. Let's see. Okay, so Malia says, I've got a Facebook group. It's active. I have a list. I have a site, Insta, Snapchat, documenting. Here's the dealio. I experience chronic illnesses, and it's hard to rely on my body. I don't know if I ought to lead with the physical and mental PTSD stuff, even though it's one of my specialties. And why not? But I'm reluctant to share the wounds. Yeah, I do understand. I've got PTSD. I'll be honest with you. And I think that's something that like a lot of people don't talk about. And it, depending on how you like showcase that, you don't listen. And here's the thing, like it's hard to rely on your body. That can be a part of who you are, right? So like talk about that. Like, you guys, the days that I'm not showing up, it's not because I don't want to. It's I just can't. You know, and I understand, and you don't have to share all the wounds. Maybe share like a piece of one, just to get you going, and share it like in a closed group or something. But here's what I can tell you: the more vulnerable you guys are, the more vulnerable we are in business, the more people want to hang out with us. The more people trust us. Okay, and they get to know us and they get to relate to us, because I'm going to tell you something. No one's perfect. Okay. No one's perfect. Okay. So just to finish up. So here's the deal. If you guys have questions or whatever, drop them below, come in the group, tag me, let me know. But what I want to know is, did you guys learn something from tonight? Can you guys just throw in the chat box? Let me know what your number one takeaway was. Okay. I would really love to know what your number one takeaway was. I want you to know that here's what we're going to do is, you're welcome. When I share my life trials and wounds, people relate, but then I have a hard time tying that with my, so it's just, so Tammy, the problem is that you have to figure out, you really, really need to figure out what it is that you help people with. And you have to get super, 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 super clear. And then when you're super clear, you can tie anything back to it. It's just that you've got to be clear, and you only help them with one thing. Now, listen, you guys, we can all help a lot of people with a lot of different things, and I want you all to know that. But like, I could help you guys with a ton of different things. Why do you think I've had 5 fucking niches, right? Okay, I've had a ton of niches, whatever you want to call them. But like, when it comes back down to it, I know what people come to me for, and I just showcase that. That doesn't mean when my clients get on the phone with me, you've got to be out of your mind if you think we're not doing mindset. We're always doing mindset, right? But now people are coming to me for a lot for business, because that's really where I shine, because I'm just no bullshit. Like, I'm just not fluffy, and I'm just not, you know what I'm saying? So even though you can handle a lot of problems, figure out the one problem you want to hang out with, the one problem you want to solve, the one new opportunity that you can offer your people. Okay, because there's a ton of there's thousands and thousands of people who call themselves business coaches. You've got to figure out how you set yourself apart. And I know how I set myself apart now. And it took me a little while. Actually, I came out like this. Then I like went around the bend. I became the gross, thin pancake. And now I'm back being the fluffy pancake, because I'm just being me, right? I'm just hanging out and doing my thing. Okay, so here's the deal, you guys. Thank you so much. Did you guys learn anything? I don't know. Malia said she did. Share more frequently. Consistency is key for me. Did anybody else learn anything? I would really love to know if you had any takeaways. I want to thank you so much for being here. I'm going to be doing these weekly, actually. Yeah, I'll come on. I'll do more lives, Malia, so you can get to know me a little bit more. So what you guys should know, I'm just going to tell you guys the truth. So I have a friend. He's a police officer. And he just suffered a second major heart attack. And so I just got the text message on the webinar. So it's kind of shitty. So I've been dealing with that along with a hurt back. So along with planning a wedding. So I've been dealing with that. So I haven't really been online a whole lot. So I do apologize, but I'm going to be doing these weekly. So don't worry, we're going to be going over a lot more stuff. What I want you to do is I would love for if every single one of you, yeah, exactly. Good job, Tammy. Just message me, private message me if you want my, if you are still interested and you want the PDF, I'm going to send it to you. I'll probably send it to you tomorrow because I just want to I want it to be rebranded right for you. So tomorrow you're going to have it. And like I said, a lot of women have used it. It's trial, tested, true, and it works. Gabby says, yes, not spreading myself too thin was an important takeaway because there's so much information out there. And there is, and that's why it's important, and that's why I wanted to tell you, and I wanted to bring you on here tonight, and I just wanted all of you to see, like, if you literally just start building a brand, you'll win every single time, okay? So what I wanted to do for you guys that you are on here, so there's only 7 of us on here, so 6 of you. What I wanted to do is if anybody needs a little bit of help, if you guys just need some help working through that, if you need some help with anything, I'm just doing a special tonight just for you guys. It's only gonna last until tonight. I'm gonna do a one-on-one session with you guys for $97, okay? So if anybody is interested and just needs a really kick-ass 60-minute intensive, we gotta like spark some stuff, we've gotta get through some stuff, then just private message me tonight. That it is gonna go away though tomorrow. But if you're interested, it's $97. My clients pay me $250 an hour. But I really am loving working with you guys, like the sheepdogs and the sheepdog family and stuff like that. So I just want to make it as affordable as I can for both of us. So again, if you're interested in that, just private message me. The offer is going to expire tomorrow though, and then it'll be back up to the $250 range, which is what my clients pay. So again, questions, let me know. Message me for the PDF. Message me if you're interested in the $97 one-on-one. And if you guys have questions, please go into the group and tag me. And come in and hang out in there and like be vulnerable and ask questions. And I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna get that group a lot more pumped up. It's just like I said, I have been kind of dealing with some stuff. So thank you for the hugs, Malia. And thank you guys so much for being my guinea pigs and giving me your questions and allowing me to create this webinar and hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it. And I will see you in the group. Private message me for your PDF. Okay? All right. Bye, guys.